Welcome to another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories to discuss important information that affects all of us here in Southern West Virginia. I'm your host, Brandy Lawrence. And today we're joined by three distinguished guests: Chairperson Patty Logan, Festival Committee Member Jerry Pack, and car show organizer Jamie Pritt, who will be joining us later with the Mount Hope Jubilee Committee, joins us this morning. Thanks so much for coming to the forum.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Definitely. So I've seen all the flags and things up in town, all through Mount Hope, letting us know about the Mount Hope Jubilee. So for the people out there that are unfamiliar with it, can you tell us what it's all about?
Well, it started out as being a coal heritage festival, is what it started out being back 35 years ago. Our mayor, Floyd Bonifacio, and his wife Phyllis were the ones that actually started this. And at that time, I don't think there were any more of these festivities going around anywhere around Fayette County at all. But it was a salute to the coal miners and the old coal mines that were around West Virginia, around Mount Hope. Then we added in the alumni meetings, people that came back for a 40-year, 50-year, whatever reunion. And now, since the coal has backed off, that's mostly what it is. It's alumni meetings. We have people come from all over the country to come back and meet with people they went to school with or they've known their whole lives or whatever. So that's basically what it is, just a time to get together to enjoy each other.
Wonderful. And I see that the event is going to kick off with the alumni gathering. So this is like Mount Hope High School alumni?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I'm a member of the Alumni Association. For the first hour, it'll just be a meet and greet. You know, you go and you talk with everyone that you've known, or people that you didn't know that you want to know. There'll be just some light refreshments this year. That's a little bit of a change. And then at 6 o'clock, we'll actually start. Have a little concession stand thing set up, and we'll be selling hot dogs and pizza and root beer floats to go along with the doo-wop and that sort of thing.
So,
and that will be the Friday evening.
Friday, the 15th, I believe.
Yes.
And actually, speaking of the live music, I was going to move right into that. We have Kelsey Wolf and doo-wop music provided by Bob Dorado. So can you tell us a little bit about these artists and why you all, chose them for this year?
Kelsey just moved here. I think he lived up in the northern part of West Virginia, and he just moved here a few months ago. He actually has opened up that new, I don't know what it's called, but it's a tattoo shop in Mount Hope. But we go to church with him, and he has an absolute wonderful voice. You might relate him to Chris Robinson, whatever his name is. Anyway, he's a wonderful singer, and he's going to do a lot of gospel, but he's also going to do some country, and with that, he's going to sing for about 45 minutes. He has a wonderful voice, and I think everybody will really enjoy him, but that'll be the first time for him at our Jubilee.
Wonderful. So it's a great welcoming to, Mount Hope.
Right. And then Bob Dorado has been around forever. He is our original band when he was in high school. We had live bands at all the dances and all, and when we were in high school, and Bob does that. He is very good about being a DJ, and he gets the crowd going. And he plays 50s and 60s and I don't know, maybe some 70s, a little bit of 70s, but that's what he'll do for the first, until 9 o'clock that night. He'll go from 7 to 9.
Awesome. Sounds like a good time.
Right.
We'll be swinging in there.
Right.
So, and then after that, we have a fireworks display.
Yes, it'll be immediately after that on Friday evening. It will be at the the middle school or old high school right there on Main Street next to the community center. It will be in the lawn of that, so everybody can bring their lawn chairs and sit out on Main Street or in the lawn of the old school, or you can see it from just about anywhere there in the area.
In the center of Mount Hope, you'll see it.
Yeah,
It's the center of Mount Hope, you'll see it.
Yeah.
It was absolutely. Last year it was the most wonderful firework display any of us had ever seen, and it just kept going on and on. We thought I can't believe that this is it, because it was a wonderful, wonderful finish to our night. It really was.
Wonderful. And I live in Mount Hope, so I'll probably be able to
do
look
you?
right out of my window and see.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Okay. Yeah.
and
Probably
see.
can.
So even if I can't come out, I'll still be there.
Right. Right.
So when we have the actual Jubilee and everything going on the next day with the street fair and everything, so what type of, I see food vendors, which is my favorite topic is food.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about some of the food vendors that will be there?
We are going to have a bunch this year. More. I mean, we sat last night and looked at them. We have lemonade stands that also sell pepperoni rolls and that sort of thing with them. We have people that are selling barbecue stuff. The Lions Club has their famous barbecues that they've sold forever. That's their main fundraiser for the year, is what they sell at the Jubilee. And they're right in the middle of town, across from where Bonbons used to be in Mount Hope, which is the center. We have hot dogs, we have funnel cakes, we have donuts, there's just all kinds of food. We have some new ones this year. We have some new ones coming, so that's going to be enjoyable.
And we try to add to it each year, try to make it a little better, a little bigger, so then you got all your crafts, crafts vendors, what are some of the others, Patty? But it's just a variety, a good variety.
They just sell T-shirts. You've got people selling T-shirts. You've got people that have done homemade crafts. They bring things in, but it's a good little fundraiser for people that do that sort of thing. And we even have some people selling baked goods, homemade baked goods and all of that. So it's just a normal craft day, food day in Mount Hope, but there will be a lot of food, a lot of food.
Awesome. And it kind of seems like it'll be kind of another affair for people that maybe couldn't make it out to like Lewisburg and things like that to go to the big state fair. This is another way for people to really get in on the festivities even afterwards.
Yeah, and that's one of our main goals for having the Jubilee, is because a lot of people can't get out and go to, like you said, out to other festivals or vacations or whatever, and this gives them something something to do a couple times a year. And so because we have added a Christmas festival to it, so we got a couple of things a year that people can do to give them some enjoyment.
Wonderful. And since this is community forum, I love to see how the community can come in and help. So are you all looking for any donations or any extra vendors or any other ways that people can help out with the event?
We want vendors. We want to fill up the streets. That's what we want to do, is to fill up the streets. And we have about as many now as we had last year, but we'd like to have more. We'd like to, it'd be a good time for anyone that was interested to come, and they just need to call my number and we'll get them set up. But it's just something that, as far as donations, we don't get donations. We make our funding from our book that we put out every year, our brochure, and of course we use businesses from all over, and they will buy ads from us, just like a sports thing would do.
Yeah, we sell
they buy our
ads,
and we sell the ads, and that's how we fund it. That's how we fund it. Plus the city of Mount Hope. The city of Mount Hope makes us a donation too. Not a large donation, but a good enough donation that helps us. But the rest of it is done by ads. That's how we do it.
Awesome. So you all are looking for more vendors. How about volunteers? Because I'm sure that cleanup effort is pretty big.
Believe this or not, we have the same gentleman that has cleaned up for us for 32 years.
Wow.
And we pay him, and on Sunday morning when I go to church, it's spick and span. He's already had it done. I don't know who he uses to help him, but he's already got it done. So we don't clean up. We don't have to clean up, thank goodness. We don't have to, but he does it. Paul Knight is his name, and he's just a fixture there, and he's done wonderful. He is wonderful to help us do that. The city is good about helping us hanging flags and banners, and the city is behind us all the way. They're behind this committee all the way of helping us. They really are, which is good. But we actually, I wanted to mention this year, our Grand Marshal is Polly Lanchonese, or I'm sorry, Polly Aubergine, used to be Polly Lanchonese when she was, before she was married. But she is actually the city manager of Mount Hope. And she has really, really helped us with our Jubilee. She does that every year. She helps us with it. So we wanted to recognize her. She'll be the Grand Marshal of the parade.
So do you all choose a Grand Marshal every year?
Yes.
And is
Yes.
it sort of based off of, their impact in the community?
It is,
Yes.
and we try to do people that are from Mount Hope, not from another town.
Like me.
Gary will never get it because Gary's from Oak Hill. And I appreciate him so much because several years ago he just started helping us, and it's wonderful. We go to, like I said, we go to church together, and one year he just pitched in and helped, and he's been there ever
I think
since.
about 12 years maybe.
It's been a long time, but he's never going to be able to be the Grand Marshal because he's not from Mount Hope.
I think
He lives in
you'll
Mount
wear them
Hope
down.
I'm going to be.
He lives in Mount
I'm
Hope
going
now.
to be, they just don't know it.
How long have you lived in Mount Hope?
38
He
years.
lives 38 years. We might let him be since he's
I think you'll wear them down. when we get to 40, then you'll be the Grand Marshal.
Yeah, okay.
But
it's, I mean,
we usually, we've done mayors, and we've done coaches, and we've done teachers, and that sort of thing. I mean, people that had an impact on a lot of people in our town. That's who we've done.
Wonderful. So, well, everybody out there that is from Mount Hope, get out there in the community, and you can be the Grand Marshal of the Mount Hope Jubilee Parade.
If you're from Mount Hope.
If you're from Mount Hope only. So I guess I wouldn't qualify either. I'm technically from Beckley. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we are about a minute out from our first break, but before we go, do you mind giving the contact information for to get in touch with you all?
Yes.
Okay, my name's Patty Logan. I'm the chairperson, and my cell phone number is 304-673-3984, and I'm always got it with me. So call me, and we'll. Right now, that's probably the best contact to do because we're running out of time since it's next weekend. So the telephone call would be the contact that they should do probably. Okay, and we'll take any kind of food vendor or any kind of vendor that is there, as long as they have the health department approval for the food. You have to have health department approval.
Awesome.
If it's cooked there.
If it's cooked food, yeah.
If it's baked goods
Yeah.
and all, they don't have to have.
Yeah.
But anything that's being cooked there, they do have to have the
Right.
health permit.
All right, awesome. So any food trucks, any food vendors out there watching, interested? I mean, this is an opportunity to get out there into the community, get your food out there. So that is going to make it for our first half. You guys stay tuned for our second half, where I speak more with the Mount Hope Jubilee Committee about the upcoming Mount Hope Jubilee.
Okay. All right.
Welcome back to Sunday's Community Forum. I'm here talking about the Mount Hope Jubilee, and Gary Pack has left us, but in his place, Jamie Pritt is here to talk to us about the car show, and Patty Logan is still here with us to talk more about the Jubilee because there are so many events going on. It's just action-packed. So, about the car show, are you all still looking for anybody to join the car show, or?
We welcome anybody that's got any kind of model car, classic, antique car to come to the car show. Everybody's welcome. We don't turn anybody away. Motorcycles, anything like that's welcome.
Awesome. And I think there were some details about the car show, like the lineup and things like that. What do people need to know about that?
Yes, the car show, like I said, I'm Jamie Pritt. I'm owner and president of West Virginia Classics Car Club. What I do for the Jubilee is I host their car show that day, and they do a parade before the show starts, and they always encourage people to join the parade if they can, do the lineup, go all the way through town, and they can come back on the bypass and come back to the show location. Or if they just want to drive to the show and go ahead and park, it's pretty much their choice what they want to do.
Awesome. So they're all in on it, on the parade as well. So can you tell us some more things about the who else will be at the parade? We'll have classic cars and all motorcycles and things to look at.
Last year we had the motorcycles. We actually had the motorcycle club that come through there with certain members. We have rat rods, convertibles, hot rods, stuff like that comes. There's fire trucks in the parade, stuff like that.
Awesome. So will they just need to give you all a call and just let you know, hey, we're coming, or just come on
They
through?
just pretty much just show up.
Cool. Awesome. So anybody out there with any classic cars, just come on through the Mount Hope Jubilee and show it off. So we got the car show. What type of attractions will we be seeing at the parade?
We have, like he said, the fire trucks will be there. We'll have, the Grand Marshal leads the parade, of course. We have a lot of sports leagues, the local sports leagues that are going to be there. Beckley Stratton Band is supposed to be there. Oak Hill Band is supposed to be there. So it's supposed to be a nice parade. When we add the car show in with it, that really makes it to where people enjoy it. There'll be a few off-road vehicles, but not very many this year like we had last year, but we're still going to have a few. So it's going to be an interesting parade.
And, for the people out there that may be watching, that may be a part of the parade and things like that, that may, have forgotten some of the details, where will they need to meet?
Okay, the lineup for the parade is need to go to the bypass where the old Mount Hope High School was. That's on Route 16. And they'll cut into that parking lot of the old Mount Hope High School, and someone will lead them to where they're supposed to go to line up. Not down Virginia Street like they have in the past, because the people that own the high school now are opening up the gates to let us use it that way. So it'll be a whole lot easier for lineup. Okay.
And is your parade lineup pretty much solidified, or are you still looking for anybody to join in?
Oh no, we'll take anybody. We'll take anybody. We enjoy seeing it. The kids love it. They love throwing their candy, and the ones that are there love picking up their candy. So just like any regular parade, we'd be glad to have anyone in it. I think the Lions Club has an entry in it with their lion. They have, someone in the Lions costume's going to be there, and also there'll be several entries in it.
Awesome. And I see that we also have a rubber ducky race.
Right.
And this is a returning thing. So
right. We haven't had it for about 10 years, but people really like that. You take a chance for $5. You take a chance on a duck that's already numbered, and at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'm sorry. At 3 o'clock, we're going to dump them in the creek, and whichever one gets to the finish point first will win $500. The money that we make in excess of that is to go for the Fayette County Youth Soccer. They just needed a little bit of help this year, so my son's involved in that, and he asked if we could resurrect this, and I said sure we can. So that's what we're doing. We're going to try to help them and make a little bit of money to help the I called it the Oak Hill Soccer League and was corrected. It's the Fayette County Soccer League. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what we're going to do, and we think it'll be good. Anybody that wants a ticket on that, same number, call me. I'll be glad to get the ticket for you, and we'll get that straightened out, because they need to sell as many as they can.
Awesome. And now I guess we're going to talk more about turnout. Like for the car show, the parade, how many people, usually come out and attend, the Mount Hope Jubilee and these things every year? And what's the impact that, you've seen on the community?
Thousands. There's not, we're a small town. We're a small town, but we have a lot of people. The streets are lined all day long. I've been there before when the torrential rains were coming down, and people stayed. We're praying for good weather this year, but it's an impact. It's an impact. Just the decorations that we have put up in town has been an impact on people. You wouldn't believe the number of people that stopped and told us Saturday when we were putting our lights up and our bows and whatever, what a good job we were doing, and how much they appreciated us doing that for the town. And since then, there's been numerous people that have commented on how nice it looks and all. So it's a big impact. There's still school pride there. We haven't had a school since 2011, I believe. I believe that was the last year, was 2011. But it doesn't matter, because all of us, or a lot of us, graduated from there, went all through school. My kids went all through school. Some of my grandchildren went through school there. So it's a big impact. It's a big impact. We're still Mustangs. We're just still Mustangs, and that's why we continue to do this.
And what kind of impact have you seen from the car show?
And car shows, there's really no prediction on how many cars you can get. Weather does play a factor in car shows. You got people that's got, big expensive cars that if it's 10%, 20% chance of rain, I've seen them not bring them out. There's some die-hard ones out there, they don't care. There's like them cars seen rain back when they were brand new, so they bring them out. But I've seen car shows do 20 cars to over 100 and some cars. I mean, just pretty much who shows up, they'll show you how many comes that day. And people come to the festivities, buying t-shirts, there for the food, live entertainment. The household has the opportunity to walk up and see the car show. Gives them an extra thing to do, and we have trophies for the cars. We have top 40, which we go out and judge the people's cars that will be at the show. The top 40 prettiest cars gets those trophies. We also have 3 specialty trophies, and one of them is the Jubilee Committee Choice. They get to go out and pick a car of their choosing. We have a Mount Hope Mayor's Choice. He gets to go out and pick a vehicle of his choosing. And then there's a West Virginia Classes Car Club. My members of my club will go out and pick a car of our choosing. So it gives a little bit of extra role to the situation.
Yeah, and then several people have a chance to, win something, go home with a prize. So
You had 40 last year, didn't you?
Yeah.
About 40 last year.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're actually parked up on the old school lawn, right in the middle of town, right where the entertainment is. That's where they'll be able to go and look at all the cars.
Cool. So everything should be in one central area where everybody
most
can
of it
walk
is, yes.
around. Cool.
Yes.
And do you see a lot of people, come back kind of using this as, beyond their, alumni reunion, you see people kind of coming together and using this as another way
Yes.
to unite?
A lot of people schedule their class reunions at the same time. Now, I don't know of any this year, but usually there's 2 or 3 class reunions at the same time as the Jubilee. But yeah, there's a lot of people that come back each year because they want to visit with friends.
And this has been, an ongoing thing. So how many years has it been?
30. Well, there were 2 years we didn't have it because of COVID.
Gotcha.
So this would be the 34th, but it's the 32nd.
32nd.
Yeah, we had to cancel 2 years. We'd already done the work for those 2 years, and we had to cancel 2 years. So it affected us just like it affected everybody. But this is the 32nd year.
Gotcha. And in a perfect world, if money was no object, what would you all love to see the Mount Hope Jubilee, become going forward? Like, what would you love to incorporate?
I'd like to get a big name in entertainment. That's the big thing. I'd like to get a big name in entertainment that we can, you have limited funds and you can't do that, but I'd like to get someone that we could really, really have come in and put on a show for us. And if that was the case, we'd use our football field for the venue. So, but that's the big thing I would like to do.
Any ideas for the car show?
I'd love to see the car show keep growing as the years go. I like to take the 40, I like to turn it into 50, 60, 70, 80, and all the way up to 100, even more than that. But I'm sure if we get over 100 cars, me and Gary probably gonna have to figure out a different plan B at that point. But
They're going to be over in people's lawns and other people's driveways.
I've done this for 27 years. I've either been in a car show or been running my club, and I've had 200 or 300 cars at one of my shows, and it's been Plan B about 2 hours into it, and Plan B is whatever you make it.
So if we got a lot of car people out there watching right now, then and they all show up, you're well equipped to deal with it.
We try.
We've got plenty of street room down by the way, other direction.
That's like my car club members. I have people, there parking the cars. Gary's always there helping me, and like I said, to about 50 or 60 cars, I think me and him's fine. But it gets 75, 80 to 100, I'm gonna be running to Gary like, all right, buddy, find me some more parking somewhere.
Right. So, and speaking of the live music thing, maybe Brad Paisley would be willing to come back.
Yeah,
I remember he did that video there.
We've thought of that. We've thought of that if we can figure out a way to get a grant or something. We have, other towns get grants. We don't get grants. I don't know why, but we don't get grants for our festival. So maybe it's our fault. Maybe we need to be more diligent trying to do that. But we've thought of that since he came and did his video in Mount Hope. That would be great if we could get Brad Paisley or someone along that line.
That was the
Yeah.
first thing I saw. I was like, oh, well, he was right there,
Yeah,
right
he
in
was,
Mount
right
Hope. So
there in the
maybe
middle of Mount Hope.
he'll come back, you know,
Yeah.
as a little gift to the people.
Right, right.
So we got about 2 minutes left. I wanted to know if there were other ways, you know, that people can come out and help you all out with anything that's going on with the Jubilee. Just you know,
Anyone that's really interested in it, we start this in April. We start this. And if anyone's really interested in it and has some fresh ideas and all they need to do is to contact us, and we'd invite them to a meeting and see if it was something that we could do, and maybe they might want to join. We could put them to work like we've been doing for a long time. I want to mention Jimmy Pino. He's our main entertainment. He's a hometown boy. I actually graduated from high school with him. He's a hometown boy. He performs up at Calicinos all the time, but he's great. And he's bringing friends with him, which means several different people he's bringing with him this year. So he's our main drag. And Karen Buckland is, she's been with us for 20 years probably. Wonderful, beautiful gospel singer, beautiful, inside and out. So she does a wonderful job.
awesome. Well, we're running out of time, but if you could one more time give the contact information so people can get in touch with you.
Okay, Patty Logan, and my number is 304-673-3984. Any of the things we've talked about, call me and I'll put you in touch with the right person.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for joining us here at the forum, and thank you all for tuning in. You guys be sure to tune in next week where we speak to more distinguished guests about everything that's going on here in Southern West Virginia. Thanks, guys. You have a happy Sunday.